On the 10th day of the holidays, Jersey gave to me a Summit real estate market report you've gotta see. From skyrocketing prices to surprising trends, welcome to the 12 Days of Jersey Real Estate Market Report. Each day we'll unwrap key insights to help you buy or sell smarter this season. Let's kick it off. Hey, I'm Jeff Massey, your local realtor here in the area. And whether you're moving in the next 7 days or 7 months, give us a call, shoot us a text, or send us an email so we can help you make an easy, stress-free purchase or sale and get you to the closing table. What we're going to do today and over the next couple of days is look at specific towns that we talk about a lot on the channel. A lot of them are Midtown Direct, and we're going to be ranking them from most affordable to most expensive. So what I'd like for you to do is guess which town is going to come up each time. And then what we can do is see which one you think is going to be the most expensive. I think it's going to catch a few people off guard. But again, we're going to look at most of the towns that we've talked about or highlighted on the channel. But before we get into that, I'd like to tell you about an upcoming buyers seminar that I'm going to be doing on January 12th, 2025. And if you click the QR code over here, actually, it'll take you to a Zoom registration for the webinar. And we're going to be doing that on 8 p.m. It's a Sunday night. We'll be going through the buying process, getting people comfortable with any questions they might have. And then afterwards, if you'd like to schedule a one-on-one appointment, I'd love to do that and get to know you a little bit more personally. There'll also be a link down below in the description if you're on a phone, if it's easier to click that, and you could fill out the webinar form. All right, so we've reached day number 10 of the 12 Days of Jersey. So that means we're at stop number 3 in terms of most expensive towns in the areas that we talk about the most on the channel. And as I said at the top, that is Summit, New Jersey. So let's jump into the data and look at what's going on in Summit. And we'll start off here with new listings. So this chart goes back 3 years. It's a 12-month rolling average. So these particular numbers, 236, where the numbers stopped for 2024 in terms of November. That's looking back 12 months, so into a little bit into 2023. And you can see here the peak back in April of 2021 for this 3-year period. And it's been kind of a big ski slope here. For 2023, it was started out at 730, going 12 months back, and then ended out at 272. And now this past year has just been kind of a downhill, with the exception of the last 2 months kind of ticking back up a little bit. We're really nowhere near back to the levels for Summit that we saw in 2022. Hopefully this little rise of the last 2 months means we're kind of back on an uphill trajectory for Summit. So let's switch from 236 new listings overall to see how many closed out, and 185. So a little bit of a gap there. Again, that peak back in 2021, 466 closed transactions, down to 185. So just a little bit over 14 per month in terms of 2024. You can see here just really, really tight housing supply in Summit. All right, from there, let's go over to days on the market and see how tight that is. So we're in the median column here. So we're looking at typically 2023 saw 13, and then we saw a pretty consistent kind of half and half between 12 and up to 13 in 2024, and then back down to 12 by the end of the year. If we go on to average, 19, pretty tight there between the two. So that's one of the tightest we've seen between average and median. So 19 days, and that's dropped pretty far down from the beginning of the year, 26 all the way down to 19. So again, that tight supply really being reflected in people scooping up those properties very quickly. So let's look from there and look at what the prices actually are. So let's start at median. And again, this is Summit coming in at number 3 in our 12 Days of Jersey for most expensive towns. And it peaked at 1,387 for median, and then it dropped down a little bit after that. Kind of had a little bit of a funny lull at the kind of mid-summer months there, but pretty flat at the beginning of the year. If we switch over to average, very, very steep slope there, ending up the year at 1,585. So if you're looking in Summit, that's just the average. There's many homes higher than that right now. There's a few that are in the 4 millions in Summit, and definitely hard to find homes below $1 million in Summit unless you're going to be looking at those kind of like 2-bedroom, 3-bedroom, and it's not It's kind of hard to find even a 2-bedroom, but there are some that are below a million, but they're going to be very small with much smaller yards. So that average, 1.5, almost 1.6 really for Summit. So let's look at percent of list price in terms of median. We're looking here, finishing out the year at 108.5% of list price for the median. And that really just shot up big time. It started out of the year at 104 and kind of peaked up and then went back down, but then shot right up to 108.5. And let's see what that is in terms of average, probably even higher. So a little bit higher, 108.9 in terms of average. And again, you can see that pretty big jump between the summer and the fall. The inventory just so tight that people are competing seriously to get into Summit. It's got a really fast, direct commute train into the city, so a lot of very attractive features for the town. It's reflected here in the numbers. So let's look at the month supply so we can finish out Summit here. If we look at very consistent slope downwards, we're seeing this in every single town, this giant slope. And you can see the beginning of the year, 1.1. It fell and hit 1 month supply in May and July, and then ticked back a little bit here. So we're at 1.2 months supply of homes. It's a very tight market, as you saw from the new listings. A big downtick here with a little bit of potential uprise here in October, November. But as you can see, it just kind of, people are just taking them very quickly. So that's Summit. I hope that's helpful for you. If you have any questions about Summit, definitely reach out to us. Now, if you're interested in any one of the towns that we'll be talking about, there's videos throughout the channel that you can watch. Don't forget to comment which town is going to be next. And also, don't forget to register. Click the link over here to register for the buyer webinar. And that's going to be January 12th. I'm really looking forward to seeing you. Once again, my name's Jeff Massey. Thank you for letting me into your home tonight. And I hope that together we can help find your next one. In the meantime, we'll see you in the next video.